Look, think of the children. I'm serious, man. Think of the children.
Okay, I'm thinking.
You hanging around all dour and cranky.
Okay, I can't think about the children like that because there's a restraining order.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you need some anger management help anyway. So you might as well, what? Like and subscribe.
Yes, keep going.
Or follow This Is True Really News. And then use a little bit of that unmanaged anger to get your friends to do the same thing. Like, subscribe, and follow This Is True Really News. We want to help. And
see, on the off chance
to be happy.
If you get everyone to watch and never listen, we might stop.
No, we won't.
Give them a little hope.
This is True Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true.
Really?
As far as you know.
By the way, in one of our previous episodes, recorded moments ago, you said Danger Mouse was famous because it was well known in Britain.
Yeah.
There's a disc jockey named Savile that was famous in Britain too. We don't want to know about him, do we? Now, where were we? Police have discovered all sorts of police.
He was also a TV host, I think, too.
He was like, I can't imagine anyone in the United States like him.
Yeah, well,
Dick Clark would be close, but Dick didn't have near the pole.
Yeah.
That was never heard it. People have discovered all sorts of pastimes during COVID-19 lockdown. Speaking of which, if you're living in Philadelphia, we apologize. Tom Quirk is no exception. As Metro News reports, the 36-year-old of the Forest of Dean in the United Kingdom, and we're right back there, traded himself to a new shark vacuum a couple of years ago. That's a treat.
Well, maybe. I've heard of
That's kind of like my mom. Yep. Hey, let's go to the dentist. There'll be a treat.
That'll be fun.
For who? New shark vacuum. He realized that he could make great artwork with a shark vacuum. For example, Quirk, and I'm beginning to understand that name now, made a stunningly realistic portrait of Donald Trump in his living room rug. A frightening likeness of Jack Nicholson from The Shining, and a pretty good image of Slash. You too, right?
Yeah. No, not Slash. No, with Slash, it's Bono. I mean, with
you too, it's Bono, you moron.
Well, and Edge, the Edge.
Yeah, Slash was what, Poison?
No,
quite right.
You loved their songs when they came along when you were at LOL. That's all.
The Beatles.
No, Sweet Child O' Mine.
I did not love their songs.
You did too. You said they were refreshing based on what else was happening in Top 40.
That's true.
Yeah,
they were actually, because of that moment, that was the end of that weird dance, the beginning of that weird dance craze.
Yeah, and I was so sick of Men Without Hats, I could have killed myself.
Was like living through disco all over again. Mm-hmm. Now I've lost my train. Oh yeah, a guy making art with a
vacuum.
With a vacuum.
It's sucky art.
Quirk says you have to hoover the rug all over in just one direction first. It gives you an overall light image. Then I remove the hose and add the thin attachment to the end and simply drag the long fibers the opposite direction to get the shadows of the faces. It normally takes about 15 to 20 minutes, which he says isn't bad considering Da Vinci took 4 years to do the Mona Lisa.
Well, have him hang the carpet on the ceiling then.
What's the thing where you do the artwork, shake it up, do the artwork, shake it, get a little
Etch-a-Sketch.
This would be like that for grown-ups? Yeah. I couldn't draw an Etch-a-Sketch either.
And one could I. Why did all of us have them and none of us could do anything?
And nobody could. And then there's always the one kid in the neighborhood, right, that could do like calligraphy.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That takes way too much time and effort.
That's right. I just want it to happen now. I'm an American. I want it now.
So, speaking of weird hobbies, this from
not a hobby, dude. This is art.
So is this.
Uh-huh. You're twitching.
From Random Ferret.
That's what we call a tell.
Yeah. This is why I don't play poker. Random Ferret read that capsaicin makes your mouth feel like it's burning because it increases your nerve sensitivity to heat. And menthol works by doing the same thing to cold. So if it makes
So one does heat, one does cold.
Right.
Same sensation.
Similar sensation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I eat a habanero pepper and then chew a bunch of breath mints, they'll cancel each other out and I'll be fine.
So if I drink a shot of tequila and smoke a menthol cigarette, I should be even.
His third entry says, hey, guess what hellfire tastes like?
Does it have anything to do with habanero?
Fun fact, the nerve endings for ouch too hot and ouch too cold are different, which
they're like neighbors,
which means that they can both be activated at once without canceling out. Ah! Hold my beer and watch this.
One giant step for mankind.
And
cheers. So, what you've been waiting for, cologne for your dog.
You mean the city?
That would make more sense to all of us here.
Yep.
None other than the Queen of England has released, I know this is old news, but I had to share it sooner or later, Happy Hounds dog cologne. It's a unisex scent, so you don't have to worry if it's a he dog or a she dog. It's for pups that smell of coastal walks. Vlad?
The hell?
What does a dog that smells like a coastal walk smell like? Anything like when our dog would like run through muck and get animal scent?
And if you don't, go out and sniff some dogs out by the coast, if you would, and let us know.
That'd be great. And if you could have someone video, that'd be even better.
That'd be better.
We won't use it. We just want to.
Exactly.
Oh, we'd use it.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's a unisex scent for pups that smell of coastal walks. Features a rich, musky scent with citrus notes of bergamot.
Oh,
what's bergamot?
Bergamot is a citrus plant.
That's past my hoity and my toity.
Yeah, that's kind of like limes. It's more bitter than lime, and that's what they put in Earl Grey tea. That way, you don't have to put lemon in.
I have never in my life had Earl Grey tea. And
you might like
what you just said.
Yeah,
is not nudging me that way at all.
Okay, fine.
Where was I now? Oh, dog owners. You want the dog owners or the queen part? Let's do the queen part. Okay. Queen Elizabeth the Tooth, who's just spry 95, is a big fan of corgis and has a pet since she was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
The corgis are kind of cool, and they're also a running gag, so knock it off. They're cool puppies.
I think corgis are fun. I do.
Fun.
Yeah.
They're slightly bigger than kick me dogs.
Right.
If they were smaller, you'd have to kick them. I mean,
I've heard.
Where was I? You can now purchase.
I read on the dark web.
You can now purchase Happy Hounds dog cologne at Sandringham House, the Monarch's Estate in Norfolk.
Oh, nice.
So nothing else. You get the tour, and for 10 English pounds, your dog can smell not like a coastal walk with a rich musky scent with citrus notes of bergamot.
Oh, nice.
Your Majesty.
Let's stay in England, shall we?
Oh, I don't know. It may sound fun.
Charlie Mills, who plays...
A lot of war once about that thought,
Charlie Mills, who plays rugby for the inferior rugby league, not rugby union, for Saddleworth Rangers in Oldham.
As opposed to Newham?
Yes.
And is it I knew him, or look, it's Brad Newham?
Only if he's named Brand. In any case...
That's a whole different English guy.
He was injured while scoring a try. Now, a try is when you run across the goal line and touch the ball down on the other side, which is where we get our American football touchdown. But we don't have to touch it down, so it's useless. In any case, the points came with consequences. He was diving in for the corner.
As people want to do.
And you know those stakes they have with the flags on them to tell you where the corner is?
Uh-oh. Yes.
It snapped, flipped out of the ground, and as it tumbled, and with a little help from the tackler, I'm sure, accidentally pierced straight through the back of his knee. The stake portion of it.
It went through the back of his knee.
Mhm.
Did it go this way or this way?
It went right into the back of it. It was sticking straight when he was laying on his stomach.
I mean, did it go?
straight
Did
up.
it like move the kneecap and everything?
No, it was no, I think it missed that. I think
my
it missed
left leg now is like in
so
great pain.
the picture of him, he's laying on a
sympathy leg pain
there, and I'm looking in the back of his knee, and then the next picture is his face, and he's going. This is why.
Do they drink before they play?
Some rugby league legend, which we should use advisedly because it's league. Barry McDermott. So
I'll tell them where you live if you keep up this trash talk, and they will come and find you, probably after a night on the town.
He's also a native of Oldham,
which could be any night that ends in T.
Tweeted a photo of Mills smiling in the hospital, which I just told you about. He said, toughest man in rugby league goes to Charlie Mills from Saddleworth Rangers. Usually you don't have to go that far to find the toughest guy in rugby league. I mean, the guy that can tie his own shorts is probably the toughest guy on any other given day.
Actually, I'm thinking the guy that doesn't tie his own shorts because he doesn't care.
It's kind of like calling him the toughest man in 8th grade touch football.
Hey,
Medical, what?
I have the participation trophy for that. Actually, I'm so old we didn't have participation trophies back then.
You losers over here. Okay, thank you.
Oh, look, I finished second. Yeah, number one loser. Great.
Medical personnel were on hand at the match to handle the situation before rushing him to the hospital. Mills had surgery to remove the object from his leg.
Let me guess. He's now had it bronzed and put on his mantle.
I would, for Pete's sake.
Yes, you would.
They had a picture of him holding it.
And you would have to watch Notting Hill a lot after that for any hope.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.